Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to the Mamapreneur Podcast YouTube Live. I am your amazingly fabulous hostess with the mostest, Robbin, coming to you live tonight with a very special live. Today, I get to interview the amazing Anisha Jennings, and I cannot wait for you guys to hear more about her journey and to learn more about her business and how you can support her and her brand as well. Welcome to the Mamapreneur Podcast, Anisha.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. Tell the people that are tuning in right now just a little bit about your journey, how you got started. I love hearing people's stories. How did they get started in their brand? How they start to, how they are today, what got them to where they are today. I love hearing those stories. So just give us a little tidbit about you and your start, I guess.
Sure. Thank you for asking. Yes, I'm going to try and keep it as brief as possible. So I moved to the US 11 years ago from India, and I restarted my journey pretty much over here. I came here for my second master's. So when got to the US, I came to Massachusetts, completed my second master's in computer engineering at UMass Lowell, and then got a job in New Jersey. And so here I am in New Jersey. And then in 2024, I started my business because I come from a tech background. Like I've been in tech for a few years,
Mhm.
um, decades now, couple decades. So I figured I would start providing services in tech because I love tech. Not a lot of people like tech. And that's how Jennings Tech Corner came into being. And while I was trying to build my business initially, I started with just providing tech services in general. And then I started getting a lot of website clients. So my main focus became website design and development in WordPress and Squarespace.
Mhm.
From there, while trying to share my journey, the podcast came into being. So I was having this one-on-one conversation with my mentor, and she suggested I share more about why I'm doing the business, what I'm trying to achieve, and what is the purpose. And so I was telling her that I want to speak to other immigrants who are, who want to move and who are trying to start their life in a different country. I want to tell them the real, the raw, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it, so they can make informed decisions. And that's when she was like, "Oh well, you should go to social media." And I was a little bit of, I don't think
Nervous.
I want to. Yes, I don't think I want to do that. So she's like, "Start a podcast. Maybe start talking about your journey, and then see where that goes." So after talking to her, in a week after that, I launched my podcast called Your American Dream. And I started sharing about my journey, what life was back in India, my childhood, college, all of that, my move to the US. And after a few episodes, I figured there needs to be more than just me talking about my journey. So I started reaching out to other immigrant women of color entrepreneurs, and having them come on the show, share their stories, and basically talk about their business and what brought them to where they are today. And here we are 2 years later, 100 episodes in, celebrating that. So that's a little bit about me.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey, getting past 10 episodes, let alone 100. So, congratulations. I'm 113 as of tomorrow. So, I get it.
Yay! Yay!
I get it.
Congratulations to you too.
Thank you. Thank you. So, Anisha, talk about that leap of faith coming into the US. Um, just how did you feel during that process? You're like, okay, this is scary. I'm going to be doing something completely different. I'm in a different country. Oh my.
Honestly, I didn't think about any of that. For as weird as it sounds, now when I'm looking back, I was just so nervous, in a sense where I was like nervous about staying stagnant because I had already felt very saturated, and I was like, it's time to move. I just didn't know what the move looked like, but I
Mm-hmm.
knew I wanted to move. So while I was trying to figure out where I want to move, how I want to move, it just didn't feel like I wanted to move within the country. It just
Okay.
didn't make sense to me. So I was like, okay, I was looking at other, I was a professor in an engineering college back in India. So I used to see, students go to the US for their masters. And that was like, okay, maybe I could go to the US. And my only goal at that point was like, how do I transition? How do I move? So the only goal I had was, how do I apply to universities? How do I get out of here? How do I move? So my goal was just get on the plane. We'll figure things out later. So
Good.
now looking back, it definitely feels like God put that in my heart and He just brought me here, uprooted me and brought me here to, plant me to blossom better, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it definitely feels like God just brought me here.
Awesome. Awesome. So you have the tech, Jennings Tech Corner, the back office, all the things. Um, Many people, entrepreneurs, struggle with different systems and I guess even just implementing those systems. What's one system every business owner should just have just locked down in place?
I would say calendaring system, because the better your calendar is, the more efficient you are. Because as an entrepreneur, you're going to be on calls, you're going to be investing in
Mhm.
coaching, you're going to be in coaching calls, you're going to be on calls, right? It's either going to be client delivery calls, discovery calls, coaching
Mhm.
calls, podcasts, screening calls, who knows what, right? So if you have your calendar in place and you have everything where you know what your schedule is looking like, it's more efficient. And there's been times for me where a couple of the systems where the calendars did not sync, or the call was booked but it didn't show up on the calendar, and I missed those calls. Those missed calls are missed opportunities. So I would
Yes, they
say,
are.
as an entrepreneur, for sure, you do have to have a proper calendar that is synced to whatever you use, so that you're not missing your calls.
Absolutely. I was just telling someone that they were like, man, how do you keep track of all of your calls, knowing what people are calling for, all those things, and I try to make it as streamlined as possible. So, I have an idea at least by
Yes.
the time it's time for the call. So, so I'm not surprised by you saying having, a proper calendaring system. So that is so good. Um, how can outsourcing actually help entrepreneurs grow instead of feeling like it's an added expense?
It helps you with collapsing time, because if somebody has done the thing you're looking for and they're good at it, then
Absolutely.
why not hire them to do it for you? Yes, initially it does feel like a stretch. Sorry about that.
No, you're
Initially
good.
it does feel like a stretch because you're like, oh, I got to do all of it. But once you are in like a comfortable position where where your time matters more than the income. Because I heard this from another mentor, which is, you have two options. One is time and the other is money, right?
Yeah.
At one point you may have both at eventually, but when you're beginning, you either have the time or you have the money. When you
Yeah.
don't have the money, then you invest all the time and you do everything by yourself, but then you are making compromise, like you are staying up late, waking up early, something is getting compromised, right? Eventually you make that money, and then if you use that money wisely to hire someone who can take things off your plate, which you don't enjoy doing necessarily, but you're doing it because you have to. So if you can take that off your plate, it gives you more spaciousness and it gives you the space to create and build and serve people with the skill set that you were bestowed upon. So basically, taking your skill set to serve other people, and you want to do it to the best of your ability. So by creating that spaciousness, I think it definitely helps collapse time and takes you to the next level.
For sure. I know I ask everybody this question. For you, what is something right now you're like, someone else can do it right now in your business? Like, get someone else to do it.
Yes. I have pretty much outsourced whatever I needed to
That's
outsource.
good.
And that's what I started very early on in my business. So, probably like 3 or 4 months into launching my business, I already had VA hired. I had my VA who is still with me. She's amazing.
Love it.
And I used to edit my podcast episodes by myself until I have team. So I have team for pretty much everything, I would say, including my tech. Like I have like I'll do the website design development, but if I need somebody to implement it, then I have a person for that. So I pretty much have team for everything right now. So as of right now, I think I'm in a good space.
That's good. And that should help someone today, what she just said. I don't know if you picked it up, what she put down. Team.
Mm-hmm.
Where's your team? You do not have to do it all by yourself. That's that gets tiring after a while. You'll get burnt out trying to do it all, do all the things by yourself, being a one-man band, it gets old after a while. So, you
Absolutely.
just taught someone something today, Anisha. Team.
Team
If
is
they didn't
very
hear nothing else you said today, get a team, get a
yes,
VA, get someone else to do it. Just saying. Uh,
yes.
when it comes to entrepreneurs and having websites and online presence, what is something you feel entrepreneurs are missing in that process when they set up their websites or even the current websites they currently have?
Um, so everybody will tell you when you have a business, you need a website, right? People who cannot invest in someone to do their website will go ahead, create something in Canva, create something which is like good enough to put together to start your business. Nothing wrong with that. Start there if that's what makes you comfortable. But don't stop at that. That's what I see as a problem is you start something, you have everything situated, but you're not updating it,
Mm-hmm.
right? So till you can invest in someone, keep at it. Like it's not a one and done thing. Whether you have a designer or you have a tech person, you're doing it yourself, do not stop updating it. Like you grow. It's not that you're going to be the same person even a month into your business. So as you're growing, make sure you update your website to reflect your current services, to reflect the person you are, and make sure the links are, up to date, nothing is broken. And as you grow, your needs will grow. You need to
Mm-hmm.
start adding more stuff to your website. You need to make sure all your hosting is appropriate, all the email system is set up correctly. So it's not a one and done thing, is what I would like to really, point out. Because even if you had someone build it out, make sure you're like maintaining it, because then there's security issues, there's like links, backlinks working now, SEO, AI. Just visibility is so important, because unless people know what you're doing or who you are, how are you going to
Mm-hmm.
grow your business, right? It doesn't matter
Absolutely.
whether it's websites, it's podcasting, it's social media. Social media, you're showing up, right? Like Instagram, you're consistent with it, you're posting in stories disappear in like 24 hours, but you're still there, you're doing it. So treat your website similarly, that there has to be consistency in showing up on your website as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's switch gears, talk about this podcast that we have. Your American Dream. Want to make sure I was saying it right.
You did
Your
right.
American Dream. Talk more about the podcast and kind of what have you learned about you during the podcasting journey? I always ask other podcasters that.
Yes. um so it was basically something I started to talk about who I am and why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
I was not, I'm still not a camera friendly person, but I can do this on like a one-on-one Zoom call or whatever streaming platform we're using, StreamYard, Riverside, whatever, that I can do. I can sit across my laptop and talk. But holding my phone up and like looking at it is really, really uncomfortable for me. So this year, my word of the year is courage, and I'm trying to overcome that. So I'm going to try my best with that. But for the podcasting part, it has definitely changed the way I talk. It's made me a lot more confident. It has given me the ability to see leaks in how I talk, how I put across my views. It has also enlightened me on how the questions just pop up. Like while I'm talking to someone, sometimes I just come up with questions on the spot, and I feel like that is my strength. I didn't know that. I had no clue that I was good at it. I
Mhm.
talk to people, I ask them questions, but the podcasting brought that out in me where now when I talk to someone, um, I have better conversations. I'm a better listener. I ask better questions. I have a lot more patience in listening when somebody's having a conversation.
Mhm.
So, and it has definitely connected me to so many amazing women that I've learned their journey, and it keeps me motivated, keeps me inspired. And the days that I don't want to show up for anything, I will still show up for my podcast. So it is something that is basically out of passion, out of just wanting to share my story to see even if one person can take something away from my podcast, then my task is done.
One lesson that you've learned about resilience that every entrepreneur should know.
Ah, that's a great question. Resilience is, it's that, it's the oil to your car, basically. It's the oil to your engine. You need, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you need to build that muscle because resilience is what will get you through all the difficult times, the lows in your business, which every entrepreneur has, every business has. It's not just rosy all the time, right? Like you are going to love creating, you're going to love doing your podcasting, you're going to love having the conversations. But then there are days where you're like, oh my gosh, I don't even want to get out of bed. Oh, I feel so tired. I don't want to show up. But that's what will coming to your why, like why are you doing this, why, what is your deeper why, what is your passion, that will slowly strengthen your resilience muscle, and that's what will get you through the low times.
Awesome, awesome. Biggest goal that you have for your brand right now in Q3? We're 22 days into it.
Yes. um Being more visible, that has been my goal for this year in general. Yes, the first 6 months of this year I wasn't, because I just needed to take a pause, I needed to take a mental break. And I just want to point out that that's okay too. Like sometimes in your business you need to take a step back just to bounce forward. So the first 6 months of this year I pretty much just served my existing clients, did did what I needed to do to survive, but I didn't show up, if that makes sense. So
Yep.
once I bounced back from my break, I've definitely been focusing on a lot of visibility, because unless people know how I can serve them, how I can impact their lives, they're not going to know I exist, right? So
Right.
visibility is visibility is like high on my radar, and that's why I've been stepping out of my podcast and going on
Coming to others.
others podcast. And my goal for the year, because this was the first time I was thinking about stepping on other people's podcasts, so my goal for the year was to be on 12 podcasts for the year, and I haven't done anything for 6 months. So since June, I believe,
Okay.
yeah, since May or June is when I started showing up on other people's podcasts. I'm probably like 7 or 8 in, and I might hit my goal for the year in the next few months. So I'm
It
excited
don't
about
take long. Yeah. It's so
Yes,
many, so many. So it doesn't take long for you to hit that goal. Just it's
absolutely.
just picking the right one, to be a part of.
Exactly.
Um, what's next besides visibility? What is next for the American Dream podcast and Jennings Tech?
So for the podcasting, definitely continuing to showcase uh, amazing women and their stories, their businesses. The next goal for me is to help others who are interested in sharing their voice. They know they have a purpose, they have a voice, they can create impact, they can make impact through their business, they can change lives, but they don't know where to start.
Hmm.
I will be helping. I'm going to release this offer in September, but it's something that I'm working on to help founders launch their podcasts in 5 weeks or less. Because of the journey I've gone through, I launched mine in 1 week. Not everybody needs to do it in 1 week,
It
but
don't take long. I
it
teach
doesn't
that
take
in my
long.
program. It don't take long.
Exactly. So that's next for me, is to help, founders basically implement and start their podcast. It's not a course, it's not something that you'll be sitting through, but it's like a lab where you will be sitting with me and implementing stuff. So by the end of 5 weeks, you will have your podcast launched. That's with my podcasting business. With Jennings Tech Corner, I'm making refinements with the website. So now I will be offering website in a week, which I used to offer before, but that's going
Yes.
to be my major, like, offer. That will be um like a quick website in a week, if for people who are really ready, because I've worked with a lot of people who want websites but are not ready yet, and then the
Yeah.
projects just drag along for 2 months, and then it doesn't get to where it needs to be. And that's why the website in a week is for people who are really serious and want to take it to the next level. So those are my next goals for the next quarter.
What she is saying is she needs you ready before you come talk to her. That's
Yes.
what she is saying. Be ready. That
Yep.
goes for me too. When you see what I'm doing and you want to be a part, be be
Yes.
ready. How can you be followed?
My website, jenningstechcorner.com, or you can follow me on Instagram at jenningstechcorner, and my YouTube page is Your American Dream. If you look up Your American Dream, or it's at Anisha Jennings.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you, Anisha, so much for being here with us today. Thank you, audience, for tuning in to today's live or today's replay. So if you're watching me via the replay right now, give me a hashtag replay. Make sure you are subscribed to both my YouTube channel and also Anisha's as well. A quick Mamapreneur announcement before we sign off. Um, Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, we are going to be live for episode 113 of the Mamapreneur Podcast here on YouTube. It is my birthday episode. I need you come ready, live in the chat, celebrating with me. Have your favorite beverage, adult or non-adult, whatever floats your boat. Join us live tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, just for a great time. And I get to spotlight 4 amazing women in business and celebrate my birthday at the same time. Why not?
Yes.
Also, now booking for the Thursday night show. So we have 2 dates left for the rest of 2026. It's crazy to me. November and December. We're going to be booking into 2027. So this is your sign. This is your cue to get with me. In the show notes, there is a link to set up a call with me to learn more how you can be a guest on the Mamapreneur Podcast, getting global visibility, just like Anisha tonight. Just because you have a business, people need to know that you have one. So the Mamapreneur Podcast is a great space to do just that. And save the date, August 3rd, 2026. I am hosting my Mamapreneur Visibility webinar, talking about all things visibility. It is the actual lab. I'm taking your word at the moment because it is very interactive lab
Beautiful.
about Anisha. You need to come, talking about being on a phone, going
I'll be
live.
there.
Yeah, going live, being on stages, comfortably talking about your business, all the things why visibility is important. People got to know who you are before they can hire you. We're going to just leave it there. So you guys, thank you so much for being here with us tonight. And we will see you guys tomorrow night live on the Mamapreneur Podcast. Good night.